Oh, yeah, 1080 Avalanche. People like 1080 on Nintendo 64. I have found. And I don't know why people don't like this game that much. I think maybe the reason why is just because SSX and stuff had kind of changed the snowboarding genre quite a bit. And so 1080 to me has always been more of like a racing game. I lost my save data for this game, like I've lost a lot of things. You like 1080 Avalanche, that's great. I've very rarely seen anyone who likes this game. Also, I'm very scared I'm going to get a copyright strike on this game because of the soundtrack being actual music sometimes. But yeah, the original... Yeah, I don't know why I don't really... I guess maybe just the fact that the GameCube wasn't as popular. Oops. Ryu Winterborn is really trick focused, so you can kind of just do tricks wherever. Which I like. And what I like about this game... with the trick system is that even though the tricks aren't particularly like let me think the best way to explain this. Like the original 1080 has a trick system, but you're really kind of punished for interacting with it, I feel like. Whoops. And I feel like this game, they give you a decent like reward for doing it. Oh shoot. Oh shoot, let me go, please. Alright. There we go. Let's go, dude. Because the whole point is you get this like power up where you can hit people. Admittedly, I am on easy, so it's very easy to get through here. I liked SSX Tricky a lot. I didn't play that many other, what's it called? The thing is that I don't know which one of these are actual songs and which ones are, like, just random music. So. But I think people wanted more tricks in snowboarding games and stuff, and I don't know... I didn't play enough Cool Borders. I always thought Cool Borders felt really stiff, even compared to, like, the original 1080. I will say the one kind of downside to this game is that if you do enough tricks, you eventually just don't sit here and fall over again and again. If you do run out of if you do get fully charged, there's not much of a reason to continue to do tricks, and so you really should probably stop. But of course, you know, ideally you'd be using your charged attacks to punch people and stuff. I think maybe the one benefit that would have been nice, and something that like Tricky has, SSX Tricky has, is that you can do like a speed boost. In this case you really can't, but I feel like you move at a really, you know, kind of fast pace in this game in general. There's a lot of like I feel like Nintendo has a lot of good racing games on GameCube that I don't know if I wouldn't say if they're underappreciated per se, but I feel like between like Mario Kart Double Dash, F-Zero GX, Kirby Air Ride, and something like this, there's a nice variety of games, racing games, that Nintendo published. But I will say this one probably feels the most like I don't know how to say it, like, doesn't fit too many, like, let me come around this from the other way. So, like, I feel like FGO GX is a game that's, like, intense speed and intense, like, risk versus reward kind of stuff. You know, if you do well in F-Zero GX, you do really well in F-Zero GX, and you can really abuse the systems to make it a ridiculously fast racer. I mean, you just have to watch it, like, the stuff AGDQ and how ridiculous that stuff gets. of like wall riding and stuff like that to build up speed. And then you have Kirby Air Ride, which if you turn that health on in that game, it really becomes like a Smash Brothers like experience, but with racing. I'm just picking random just because I have no idea what else. Oh yeah, and then like the last mission's like Avalanche thing. Okay. But oh gosh. Can I change the music? I think that's licensed. And I already had it play once, so I'm sure YouTube's probably just going to get upset at some point. And I'll probably have to... We'll see. We'll see. I don't know what it does. It might just make it so I can't monetize the video. I'm not sure. Which is fine. I don't monetize these videos anyways. Oh yeah, then there's like the off-balance thing where if you like land a trick wrong, you have to like spin the analog stick to regain your balance. Which I think is a really cool way to kind of represent losing your balance in the game, because not only do you have to like get yourself back into control, you kind of are stuck going forward. So it's a lot of like you already screwed up, but it's like just trying to recover as fast as you can, and you are being punished for it. So even if you do it every time, there's a downside to doing it, because sometimes you're just gonna run straight into a wall. Oops. Oop, I'm gonna fall. Yep. I like the music in this game. Maybe because I played so much of this game. But I like this song. I like It Doesn't Matter. Or I forget what the song's called. I'll have to look at it in the... Oh, you know, I can look at it here. I really like Don't Stop Now. I have no idea what song I was just on. Oh well. Whatever. One of these songs. Anyways, this is a very brisk snowboarding considering the avalanche behind me. But yeah, I think this game is very fast. It's not as fast as like an F-Zero, I think, is really the big thing though. But I mean, I feel like snowboarding games have a unique feel to them because it's like this constant downhill motion to everything. And it's kind of like, in some ways, you're kind of out of control. In a way that you feel kind of always in control in F-Zero, and as long as you're able to maintain that control, you're able to continue to do well. Where with this, it's like you're falling at a speed, and so you can't really stop yourself sometimes. You can stop yourself. I don't know. It's very difficult to explain, I feel like. Okay, and then I always have to remember when I play other characters, they can't do tricks all the time like Ricky Winterborn can. Like that. It like slows you down so much, so you have to really pay attention to where you're jumping from. Oh no! Alright, I forgot that shortcut closes off. Oop. This is actually, so this game kind of has an interesting history behind it. It was originally a Nintendo 64 game. And it was being made by, I believe, Left Field Studios, who did Excite Bike. I did the whole thing I do whenever I don't play Ricky Winterborn. Who made Excite Bike 64, which, as far as I know, Excite Bike 64 is a very good game, and I could definitely see how Nintendo would look at that, you know, the success with that game and say, hey, this makes a lot of sense for these guys to work on a game like 1080. I don't know what happened in development. It might have just been that the game was taking too long to come out on 64, so they ended up kind of pushing the project off, and then eventually NST picked up this game after finishing Wave Race Blue Storm. And originally this game was called, I believe, White Storm or something like that, because of it kind of fit in with the whole theme of making, you know, 1080 and Wave Race the same universe, because you have Ricky Winterborn in Wave Race Blue Storm, and you have Rob, what's his face? I forget his first name, Haywood, in Wave Race Blue Storm as well, and it's kind of like this merging of these two franchises, which makes sense. I mean, they're both kind of in the same vein of like these semi-realistic, you know, semi-realistic sports games. And I have seen those articles going around recently that are like, Wave Race might be coming back. I don't believe it till I see it. Like, I've seen so many... It's one of those things where like the developer's like, yes, I would love to make Wave Race come back. I've been thinking about it a lot, and I've been trying to get that done at Nintendo. Like, I can't imagine what place a game like this has in a modern Nintendo catalog. It just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Oh. I do like that when and this is true of the original 1080 as well. You have like this when you press the Z button or L trigger, you'll like have this little effect come out of your board that kind of shows that you landed the trick well, or landed the jump well rather. Yeah. I guess I don't know if it gives you a speed boost per se, but it does like kind of show you that you got the optimal. This is a bad idea. I forgot I'm not playing Ricky. Okay, you got the optimal landing, so you can, you know, keep as much momentum as possible. Let's see if I can make it. Okay, cool. I did. And then once that breaks, the person behind you has to ride the rails on the sides, or else they fall in the hole. I have not played the Jet Moto game. I need to eventually. I think I played a demo at one point. I think this is a licensed song. This is still a licensed song. Give me something that's... I don't know. Anyways, I don't know why I'm so worried about licensed songs, since I already had one play out in full, but I don't know. Anyways, yeah, I never played Jet Moto. I would like to, but I remember the demo not feeling great from what I played. It might be one of those things where I just have to like get used to how the game plays, though. Oh, uh-oh. This is getting kind of close at the end of the game. I'll make it. I'm the fastest one. I have raw stats to beat this guy out. I think he's better than Rob Haywood, speed-wise. I like this song a lot. I'm gonna let it play. But yeah, I just can't imagine what a game like this would mean in Nintendo's library these days. And you know, especially with NST being like neutered, which if you haven't watched that Unseen 64 video about like how bad things went with NST towards during the Wii era. I don't know what developer makes this these days at Nintendo. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy, I gotta try to catch up. Like, I can't think... I'd have to look at the list. It's always hard to remember which Nintendo developer is what, because they're all just like, R&D 1. Admittedly, they're not R&D 1 anymore and stuff, because those are like the old numbering systems. I know there's like Nintendo SPD around and stuff now, but like, I don't know. I guess you could point to something like Nintendo Labo's like bike game as like an Excite Bike kind of thing, but I haven't really looked at it to see, you know, how much content is there. Because I know you can make your own levels and stuff. I don't know if it's like one of those things where it's like, oh, we made a few levels, make the rest on your own, and then it's like this shallow racing game or something. But yeah, I'd say, but you know, I say that like a game like this probably doesn't have a place in Nintendo's library anymore, but there's like stuff like Excite Truck that came out during the Wii era. And I guess to some extent, you know, there's Excite Bots, which has a bit more of a fantastical style to it. Which that was made by Monster Games. Maybe Monster Games is the developer for this, you know? In terms of like a 1080 or Wave Race game. I don't know. I don't know what Monster's doing these days, to be honest. I think they're off making their own like their own ATV games and stuff now. But it's just a fun game to play. I like it a lot. I think it's a better game than the original 1080. I don't really... I like the original 1080 a lot. And I think this game's a lot more forgiving. 1080 is a very surprisingly difficult to control game. And doing tricks in this game is a lot easier, in my opinion. And like they give you more of a reason to do tricks, even though if it's not like, you know, super great. I feel like I could jump up there. Ooh. Oh no. Okay. That like auto fixed me. Left Field Studios I think is still making some random games on their own too, but I mean like I don't know if it's just like the budget or something, or like if there's a level of guidance they don't have when Nintendo's around, but the games these companies that were making this stuff make after shoot. Oh no. I think I'm stuck. Okay. Let's see if we can get out of here. Oh boy. And then you still have a damage meter in this game. Although I think the Avalanche is going to get me probably. Oh, surprisingly not. Oh boy. I might die though. I only have 2 hits left. And I still have a good chunk of the track to go. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Let's play this as safe as possible. There we go. I played it. Oh no, I forgot. You still have to go through this. But yeah, I haven't really liked that many other like extreme sports games and stuff from third-party developers. I thought SSX Tricky was fun at the time. I played it a bit a while ago, and I thought it was okay. I like this game better probably than like an SSX Tricky. I'm gonna die, in case you didn't know. We'll see how this goes, but I feel like I'm gonna die. Oh, maybe I'll be okay. Unless I get smacked by a rock from behind. Oh, okay, I did it. It's 1080 Avalanche. This game still plays very well. Maybe a criticism of it is maybe it's short. You know, we just played through the beginning and expert, or beginning and hard, and then I assume there's expert. And I don't know if there's more than that. I mean, there's different modes. There's trick attack. There's gate challenges. Time trials. And then, hey, this game also had the LAN support if you had the GameCube's broadband adapter plugged in. Play with 4 GameCubes. And it's going to try to find a GameCube thing. It's not going to be able to find it. Although it does have a broadband adapter in there. But it's not going to be able to find a network connection. I would love to play some GameCube games on LAN, but we'll see if that ever happens. Alright, let me get Skullgirl Zombie Hunters up. This might take a second, and things are going to get a little weird here for a second, too.